Hi guys, hope you're all doing okay. Hopefully you've had a great start to January thus far and your training's going really well. For me, I'm on week 3 of my contest prep and this is an arm training session. So arms are done on Friday, it's the last day of training for me at the moment. So my split is Monday chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday legs, Thursday delts and calves, and then Friday arms with Saturday and Sunday as a rest. Cardio is very limited, so I just do maybe 5 minutes warm up, which includes some running before each workout, and maybe just some brief, steady walks outside in the fresh air to get some sunshine when it is sunny, which is pretty rare. So I'll start to implement that maybe later on when things start to slow down. Calories are quite low, about 2,000. So I like to start off very aggressively and get ahead of the game. So I'm nice and lean, come April, and that'll give me time to kind of work up to the shows and hopefully look a little bit better and a little bit fuller when it comes to standing on stage. So for the first 2 exercises, working up to one all-out, very heavy set on the extensions, and then the dumbbell curls. Going for maximal intensity really. I have to do a little bit more warming up for the dumbbell curl because my elbow is still just a little bit niggly. It was a lot better during this session. I actually felt a lot better after the workout, after this particular exercise kind of loosened up a little bit. But yeah, that's the nature of the first 2 exercises, super heavy. Go as hard as I can basically. I'll let this clip play out. Yeah, so that was the dumbbell incline. Great set. I think I got 13 reps. Pleased with that. And then the third exercise is pretty much the same. So I do 2 for triceps, 1 for biceps. Very, very heavy, all out. This is one of my favourite tricep movements actually. It's kind of like a hybrid between a overhead extension, double dumbbell overhead extension, and a laying double dumbbell extension. So it's a little bit easier to perform than a standing overhead extension. Some people suffer with mobility on that and find it difficult to get into the position they're required to do so. This makes it a lot easier because you can lean back on the bench and really focus on those triceps. It's a superb exercise. And again, this is done to 1 set to failure with, I believe, 20 kilos, pretty heavy. So again, I'll just let this clip play out. So as you can see, pretty intense set there. Really as close to failure as I could possibly get without using, advanced techniques or a training partner. It's the maximal intensity that I can produce for that set. So now I speed the training session up and I lighten the load a little bit. I do 3 sets of triples on each style of curl. So regular hammer, crossbody hammer, and then supinated when the arm is kind of nicely warmed up on that elbow. If I start off with this, it's just too painful. So I do 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and I repeat that 5 times for a really, really good pump. Fairly, short rest periods between those 3 sets. And then I move on to push downs and utilise the same kind of manner of training. 3 sets of 15, quite minimal rest periods in between each set. So a completely different approach to the first 3 exercises. Going for a real good pump on these, keeping the tension on constantly. The same can be said of these dual cable curls, an exercise I'm really enjoying at the moment. And this is the heaviest I've done since starting this. The elbow has been injured throughout this entire time. It's definitely on the men, that's for sure. Each week I've been able to go a little bit heavier. I'm really happy with that. Try and keep these as strict as I can, fairly fast paced. I think I did maybe 4-5 sets on this, working up, ascending weights each set. If my elbow wasn't compromised, then I'd probably get up to that working weight quicker and do multiple sets at that working weight, much the same as the tricep push downs. But for the time being, that will do. So this is the last exercise for the upper arms. I'll let this one play out. So to finish up the workout, I do forearms, a really essential body part to train. Always do these on my arm days. Reverse curls followed by wrist curls. A really quick superset, very time efficient, a great way to add in forearms to your workout. So one warm-up set, your arms are thoroughly warmed up already. Barbell reverse curls into barbell wrist curls. You could use dumbbells, of course. So I'm using 40k on the reverse curl and then 40k on the wrist curl, and just going pretty much to failure on both. I'm not overly strict with the curl. I just don't feel I need to. Get fantastic stimulation on my forearms, and then move on to the wrist curl. Obviously, stricter on the wrist curl. It's a fairly compromised position to be in, so just want to keep those fairly rigid with your form. But on the reverse curl, a little bit of body momentum, I'm really not worried about. So I'm going to let this set play out, and we've got some posing at the end. So again, pretty intense there, just the one set. So to summarise the workout, I do one working set, very intense, for triceps, biceps and triceps. Then I speed the workout up and I do 3 sets for biceps, triceps and then biceps again before moving on to forearms to finish. So this is my current form. Really late at night, so quite tired here. It's about 1:30 in the morning. Just running through some poses for a bit of practice. I'm going to do these every Friday. And my weight is probably about 99 kilos. Didn't get to weigh myself this week. The scale room wasn't open. But it definitely feel lean in the last week. Some of these poses are quite difficult when you're carrying a bit more body fat, like the side shots, harder to pull the stomach in. Everything feels a bit awkward, a bit rusty. The back shots are something that I'm really trying to work on. Get the legs in the right position, so really experimenting with the setup. Legs are perhaps a little bit too narrow on this one. You'll see on the next shot how I think I improved that. But it's really hard to focus on the upper body when you're spending so much time trying to get the hamstrings tight, and that's something I need to work on. Probably best not to use socks on a slippery floor because you can't really get any purchase with your feet. It's more difficult to kind of push that foot back and contract the hamstrings. And because of that, I'm not really focusing on my lats. I'm not really in the optimal position here. They don't look as impressive as they could do, because all my energy and thoughts are going into how the legs look. Over time that will improve, and I'm sure I'll bring a better posing package this time round over my last show, which is a good few years ago now. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more true natural bodybuilding videos.